This is the Patriot PS5. This is the solar powered Patriot fence charger. This is rated to 12 acres or 3 miles of fencing, and this just shows the simple setup for this particular device. This has been wired to a T-post that you can get at any local hardware store or farm supply store. The green wire you see there is attached to your ground wire. This is snaked down the T-post and then over to your grounding rod, which is right there in the ground. This particular fence setup is quite short, and this is a 3-foot long grounding rod, which is all that's required for this short fence line. The larger or longer the setup that you have, the longer the grounding rod or the more grounding rods that you'll need for your electrical system. The red side runs down to the fence itself. This is hooked up in parallel, so the entire fence, both the top and bottom, are charged from one connection at the top, and then if downstream one piece gets disconnected for some reason, the entire fence is still charged. Before you put this into operation, the manufacturer recommends that you put the solar energizer in the sun for about 3 days to give the battery a good charge, then hook it up, and then with several hours of sunlight every day, this will stay charged indefinitely. I wonder what kind of a zing it gives. Ouch! Yeah, it's charged. It works great. This is in the sun for several hours every day. It's morning right now, so the sun hasn't quite hit. It's not directly on the solar panel right now, but as the sun gets higher, this will be picking up a lot of energy throughout the day, and will keep it charged throughout the night. And I believe it will last 2 or 3 days without sunlight for overcast days, stormy weather, that kind of thing. Here's a post that's been pushed into the ground, just stepped on to push into the ground. It has 2 wires on it. It can have up to 8, and you can put them wherever you would like based on your needs, whether you want them close together or spread far apart, high, low, however you'd like that to be. The grounding rod has been posted into the ground just a few feet away from the charger and the fence itself. It can be as far as you need it to be, but it just means that your connecting wire has to be longer. This has been pounded into the ground about 3 feet, which is all this particular fence needs because it's a very short fence, only about 100 yards or so. As you get into several miles long, you'll want longer rods and more of them to ensure a good connection or a good complete circuit. If something hits your fence, the more opportunity that electricity has to have an efficient path to make a complete circuit, the better of a shock you'll get. This particular setup is very short, so a 3-foot rod in this ground is just fine. A close-up of the connection there. Just strip that green wire a couple of inches, and with a wrench screw that into so it makes a good firm connection into the rod. Here are the beauties that are being contained by that electric fence system you just saw. Resting peacefully in the morning shade. In a few minutes they'll get up and wander over to a nice green lush patch of grass behind those trees, and wander between there and the shade and just living the life of luxury here.